All right. Hello, everybody. It's October 29th here, almost Halloween. Coming into this final stretch of 2020. I've talked to several people this week that were not very fond of 2020 and a few that are doing pretty well. So kind of got a mixed bag going on there. Um, it all kind of comes down to any other time, any other economy, whenever something shifts, it opens opportunity. So you got to decide if you want to kind of go with that shift that's going the wrong way, or you want to start looking for opportunity. You gotta make some moves when stuff happens. So, but it's almost a cliche. Adversity creates opportunity. So if you are in a situation where things aren't quite going your way, you might want to start looking to the sides. It's almost like when you're in a riptide, you don't really feel it, and it's not very wide though. If you swim a few feet to the side, you're out of it. So anyway, just something to kind of think about there for anybody that I know some of you might be struggling with stuff. Something to think about. All right. Another thing too, I know some of you guys are involved in the BeeKonnected platform, and they're doing a lot of moves, a lot of shifting going on. And one of the things that they've done is they actually have switched up a lot of the people that were helping them, and they decided to bring me in as kind of an equity partner to help them get straightened out.
Thank God.
So it is kind of it's kind of like a can of worms a little bit. You got a lot of people going a lot of different directions, and ideas are flying, and they're grabbing and running right into walls in a lot of cases. So I got my hands full with that one, trying to straighten that out. But anyway, it all comes down to messaging, and I think that they really have a shot, or I should say, I think we really have a shot now at making this thing an 800-pound gorilla. They've taken most of my advice, like as far as opening up the free accounts. I told them, I said, you're never going to get to where you want to go with just strictly a paid version. No one has done it yet, and I don't think you're going to be the first. If you look at LinkedIn or Alignable, they lead with free. They get a gazillion people in there, and then they trickle out marketing to upsell them into paid memberships. So that's what we're kind of doing. We're making that shift, and it's going to be a pretty exciting ride for those of you who are on board with it. Another thing that they're ready to open up, I think, this weekend is the associates program. And if any of you have access to associations, you could make a good chunk of money just by connecting the associations. And you can give the association a free account for their association, and then they can give all of their members those free accounts, and then our marketing funnels start to go to work to convert them for you. So
Hey, John, for those of us who are running a little late, what was the company that you're now associated with?
Oh, it's the BeeKonnected platform.
Oh,
so they've kind of brought me in as to guide them along through some of this stuff, and so interesting. It's a very interesting journey too. Any startup, the more people that are involved in a startup, the more challenging it becomes, and they've got quite a few people involved. So, like I said, I got my hands full on that one, but I'll see what I can do.
But you brought up a good point about that, John. Where can I get more information on it? I hadn't been checking it out in the past, but now you mentioned associations and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
to see what the possibilities are.
Okay. Yeah. If you have connections to associations, basically what you want to get into is the affiliate program with them.
Okay.
And the way it works, they've got 3 different levels now, or actually 4 levels. They have the free account level, and then they've got the $99 account level, which is access, it's full access to the connection generator that they've created. For those of you that don't know what BeeKonnected is, it's like a dating software for business. It's similar to LinkedIn, but this one actually makes the connections for you. LinkedIn is just a bunch of business owners create profiles, and then they can go search through them, and they can connect on their own. The difference here is it's running on an algorithm that is just like dating software. So it's looking to match. It's going to try and be a matchmaker for business owners and entrepreneurs and speakers and coaches and authors and all of that stuff. So when you create your profile, you put in there what you do, who you're good for, what benefits you offer, all of that stuff. And then you can also put in there what you're looking for, your weaknesses, what you need help with. And then the connection generator goes to work to try and matchmake, basically. It's matchmaking business owners. So another thing that's a really big differentiator here between what LinkedIn and Alignable has done and the BeeKonnected platform is the connection generator. When it makes the connection, it allows you to connect however you want. You can do an in-person meeting, you can do a Zoom meeting, you can do a phone call, you can use WhatsApp, whatever you want to do, whatever way you want to connect, it facilitates that. And then the next thing is, after you've met with the person, whether it's a Zoom or an in-person or whatever, you get to rate them. So it'll prompt you to rate the connection. And if you've got people reaching out just trying to sell you stuff that don't care about you, and it's totally unwarranted, unsolicited, and it's junk, it's a bad connection, you just rate them a 1. And if enough people rate them a 1, the connection generator will not recommend them anymore. The other thing, when somebody connects to you or they reach out for a connection, you can look and see what their rating is. If it's a 1, you can just pass on it. Go, no, I don't need any more 1s. I'm looking for a 5.
So is this BeeKonnected.com? What is the URL?
Yeah. There's affiliate links for it to get to it. Mine is, I think it's internetdominators.com/BEE.
Oh, I see.
Like a bumblebee.
There's a couple of different brands. There's one that's a travel Vegas kind of website called BeeKonnected Online. That's what came up first.
Okay, yeah, it's there's a whole bunch of different weird offshoot brands of other stuff, but this is basically their core product is connection generator.
Oh, cool.
And then secondarily, they've put together a package, a business package for business owners to not only give them connections, but also to give them tools and training. So they're putting together, like if you get the higher level package, you get access to all of that. And one of the coolest things in there is the Zoom account, the discounted Zoom account.
Don't look at me like that.
And I know a lot of you have heard about that.
And
But basically, you can get that webinar platform for $12.99 a month, which the enterprise level on that, the 500 seat license, that's several hundred a month if you went to Zoom and got it. So that's another thing. And then also all of the trainers, they've got some pretty good trainers in there that are giving access to their paid courses for free inside that membership. It will also be something like if you guys have training and you want to offer it up in there, they're going to be adding more trainers as they go. So eventually they're going to be an 800-pound gorilla. They're going to have all the top trainers in there. The members could sign up and get in and get access to all those trainers for free. naturally the trainers could create relationships and upsell them into their other programs. So it's going to be great for the trainers. So
Can I ask, I'm sorry, after
Yeah.
you're done talking, can you explain how we find our links again? Since they updated the website, I can't find how to
Sure.
find my link.
Sure. So, and then the next level now, this is actually a paid level to become an affiliate there, because at this point, they're really trying to not get too many affiliates because they don't want legal issues with it looking like an MLM and all that kind of stuff. So they need to offset by having more members than affiliates. So they've gone to a paid affiliate program. So to get the whole thing, the whole enchilada, it's $4.99. Now, whether you get the $4.99 and you get the affiliate program and everything else, or you get the $2.99 and you just get the tools, the training, and the connection generator, or you just get the $99 connection generator, the fees, the ongoing monthly fee of the platform is $47 a month. Or you can get it lifetime for free by referring just 2 people. I actually got them to make a major change here. And I said, there's so many people I've talked to that don't have access to get 2 people. They want the lifetime, but they don't have access to get 2 people. We need to solve that problem. Why not just let them buy that? So they did. They went along with that. So now if you buy the upgraded program and you get the affiliate program, you actually get the lifetime membership for free. It's included in there. So it's basically, it's an extra $200 for the lifetime. I see it as that. And then you get the affiliate program as a bonus. That's the way I'm trying to get it packaged, because that's really the right way to sell it. It's not, the right way to sell it is not to say, hey, it's $200 to be an affiliate. That's not the right way to go. The right way to go is to say, look, it's an additional $200 and you can have lifetime access. And as a bonus, you get the affiliate program thrown in for free.
John,
So anyway, that's kind of the layers and the levels of it.
I'm totally confused because I paid the 300 when I was on with you and Craig.
Yeah.
And
Now,
so where am I now? I'm paying, I think, 47 a month.
now for you, did you ever get 2 people in?
No.
Okay. All you have to do to get 2 people in is, or to get the free lifetime, is just get 2 people into the program. So you just need to use your referral code, send it out, get 2 people, and you get to ride for free for life.
Okay.
Since you got in early, you already got access to the affiliate program.
And how long do I have to get the 2 people?
Long as you want.
Okay. No, I mean, it's yeah, something's blocking me. It should be easy to get 2 people, but I didn't understand the whole thing, to be honest with you. That's
and it doesn't matter what level you bring them in at. You could bring them in at just the $99 connection generator. It doesn't matter. You just have to have 2 paid referrals to get the lifetime.
So not the free accounts. If we refer and they sign up for a free account,
The free accounts don't count toward the lifetime now.
But if they come in as a free account with our link and then they upgrade, will we get credited?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all tracked. There's an affiliate program in place. So all the traffic is tracked. So if you bring somebody in and they wind up upgrading or anything, you get full credit for all of that. So, but new people now, the only difference is new people that come in at this point, they don't get access to the affiliate program. At this point, they can refer to and they can ride for free, but they don't get paid on it because they're not part of the affiliate program unless they do the upgrade. So the affiliate program does not come with it anymore. That was just for the early bird people, the ones that got in. When I first recommended it, that was one of the reasons that I recommended it. I said, hey, you guys need to get in on this. There's going to be a lot of changes on as this thing goes, and you want to take advantage of it now if this is of interest to you. So I know a lot of you guys jumped in on it. A lot of you took advantage of that. The other thing too, and this is something that is still open. This is still on the table, and I can't believe that it is. And that tells you how many people that really are not moving their feet. How many people don't have lists? How many people don't know how to market? It's astounding to me to see the figures of all the people that have joined and the few amount that have been able to get 5 people in, because 5 is their trigger. They're looking for people to bring 5 in, and the first 500 people to do that get qualified founding affiliate status, which, without going into a big heavy presentation of it, it's a phenomenal thing. Long term, it could mean a lot of money to you. And just in a nutshell, what a founding affiliate means is you are the top rung of all the people that come in below you. Like, let's say you bring 2 people in, they bring 2, they bring 2. Eventually, you could have thousands of people that have come in down the line. All of those people generate an affiliate payout. If there's no affiliate payout above them, all those affiliate commission roll up to that first qualified founding affiliate. So you could literally be generating revenue off thousands of people down the line when this thing gets cooking. I mean, if this thing turns into a LinkedIn, like I think it's going to, there's going to be 100 million people in here. You know, I don't know how long it's going to take. It might be 5 years. It might be 10 years. But for those 500 founding affiliates, qualified founding affiliates, they're going to make a fortune on that. Because every one of those down the line, there's only going to be 500 of these little pyramids. I hate to call them a pyramid, but it is. You are at the top of a pyramid if you're a QFA. And everyone that comes in below you, like, let's say you bring somebody in and they bring in an association, and the association brings in 1,000 people. Of those 1,000 people, they're all going to try and bring 2 people in so they can get it for free, right? What's that going to do to the numbers in the base of your pyramid? It's going to go crazy, and I don't want to sound hypey. I don't want to sound like, what you've all heard from MLM companies and all that stuff, because it's not like that. But if it does what I think it's going to do, there's going to be a massive benefit to being that QFA. They also get double commission. So the QFAs get twice the commission that anyone else in the company does. So, and it takes 5 people. I mean, how hard is it? I can't tell you how many people have told me I can't get 2 people. Well, if you can't get 2 people, I'm not sure what to tell you. I don't know how you're running a business without, unless you're a consumer. If you're running consumers aren't concerned with this. This is for business owners. But if you're in a business to business situation and you're dealing with other business owners, you know how important sales are to businesses, right? Do you have any idea how much money is being generated by LinkedIn from what their service is called Sales Navigator? I think it's like $80 a month or $60 a month or something like that to have a Sales Navigator, which gives them access to connect with more people in LinkedIn and run searches and, all this different stuff. It's not even working for them. It just gives them the allowance to connect to more people inside the LinkedIn network. Basically, for $60 or $80 a month, they can be a spammer, is what it comes down to. And they position it as Sales Navigator because they know sales is most important to businesses. So if you think about that, how many people pay for that Sales Navigator? I don't know their exact numbers, but I think it's probably close to 500,000 people are paying for that. And if you add those numbers up, that's pretty phenomenal. If you can imagine the commissions on all that, if they had 500 people that was splitting that every month and you were one of them, you'd be pretty freaking happy right now. And that's the potential of where this could go. It's going to be, there's so much more benefit to this program once it hits scale. I mean, it's small right now. It's a baby kitten right now, but it's going to turn into a tiger if everything goes right. So anyway, I don't want to go crazy on that. I just wanted to let you guys know there are still spots available for that QFA, that qualified founding affiliate status, and there's only going to be 500 of them. If I were you, I would do everything you can to get one of those slots before they're gone. Because that,
Don, can you attest, or can you speak to whatever happened to this webinar option on Zoom that you were going to be able to give or get us to pay through you at a lesser price and get that?
yeah, I'm still in the process of getting it, but Zoom has almost, they've all but just closed the doors to outside opportunities right now. I don't know if it's the pandemic or what the deal is, but they're running on a skeleton crew. I think they're expanding so fast, they're overrun with their support.
Yeah, and I thought, because I thought that was one of the original enticements, was that you would be able to give your people that access, but then it never happened. So, you
Yeah.
know, did they just not keep their word? 'Cause it's a red flag.
Well, there's two things. Yes, they haven't kept their word. They haven't really even responded back to any of my requests.
Hmm.
In the beginning, I was given a date. I was given a date of like mid-July. And I thought, okay, well, cool. I'll set it for August 1st. And I started telling everybody, hey, you know, I'm going to have this August 1st. The difference is BeeKonnected got to it first, and they got the deal locked in before the whole pandemic thing hit. So I don't know, again, I don't know if that has something to do with it or, you know, or what the deal is, but
John,
I still do plan on having that accessible for our members. It's just, I can't tell you when at this point, because I can't get through to get an answer.
Okay.
yeah, John, I know that Zoom's hitting all these big groups, even these online groups. I've seen them come out with Zoom for like $25 and offering it to all these big networking groups, which have thousands of people in it. So I think they are pulled away in different bigger groups, that they're just kind of pushing everything. So that could be it too. I've seen a lot of them offering Zoom right now, but nothing for as low as $14.99. I've seen for $20 and $25 and over.
Yeah. So once I get my feet kind of sunk into this whole BeeKonnected thing, I'm going to use some of that power to leverage to see if I can push that through. But it is definitely still top of mind. So that's definitely on the horizon for sure. So
John, I just have a question. I brought in 3 people.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought there was some difference between 2 and 3 if you did it by a certain date, which I did. And so it says impact affiliate. What does that mean?
yeah, three basically qualifies you as an impact affiliate. If you get 2 more while those spots are still open, then what happens is you can be a qualified founding affiliate.
And that is okay, even whether they stay in or, you know, whether they continue on or drop out at some point when they don't want to get to, or whether they don't want to pay their monthly fee.
Correct. It does not matter at this point.
Okay. And so so the bringing 3 in by, I think it was October or September 6th or something like that. So that still stays like that.
Yes. What that did was that locked in your free affiliate status. So you didn't have to pay to be an affiliate.
Oh, okay. So that's good. But basically the amount of future revenue that you just referred to will still be linked to, you know, people who we bring in, who they will bring in.
Yes. The only difference is, as an affiliate, as a regular affiliate, like where you are now, it's a 2 level. So when you bring someone in, you get paid on them. When they bring someone in, you get paid on that level, but that's as far as it goes.
Okay, so that's good to know. So I should just
Yeah.
try at some point, since it's still open. I didn't think I realized because I've been so busy, but okay, so I can still try to send a link, especially to business owners,
Yes.
and then get those other two spots.
Yeah, it's really important. If you're that close, if you're 2 away, that could make a huge difference, because that takes you from the 2-layer status down to being able to get all the commissions all the way down the line, as long as there's not another QFA in the way.
And tell me, from your experience, what type of businesses would benefit from this? Like, if I think about who I'm sending it
Sure.
to.
But what I look at is anyone that uses Zoom is a perfect candidate. If they use Zoom in their business, this allows them to get the Zoom account for the $12.99 a month. That right there it makes it an absolute no-brainer.
$12.99 for up to how many people again?
That's for 500 seat license.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite on with what you were talking to Lisa about, but you said if you're a member, okay, so that makes a lot of sense. But that must be at the $2.99 level.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's at the $2.99. And if you think about it, if they're running a Zoom account, even a regular webinar, let's just run the numbers for a second. Zoom is $15 a month, right? That's for 100 conference license. To add the webinar for 100-seat webinar license, that's an additional $40 a month. So now you're at $55 per month. So if you take that and you put 55 by a year, that's $660, right?
Yes.
So that's your annual cost just for that Zoom webinar for 100 people.
So anyone who uses webinar, that will be very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Zoom webinar.
Oh, really?
That's like a no-brainer. Okay.
Yeah. And then
John?
if you take
Sorry.
$12.99
Mhm.
times 12, that takes your cost to 155, and then you add the $2.99 for the access, that's $454.
So in 1 year you paid for it.
Oh yeah, you've made money in 1 year.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the exact
that-
so you've actually got $200, a little over $200 ahead in the first year.
Okay. And
That
I don't
right there makes it.
webinar, but I mean Zoom webinar. So if you that is definitely included in the package. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So basically most business owners are fairly decent at simple math.
yes.
When you lay the conversation out like that, hey, would you like to save $200 a year, or $200 the first year and $400 a year after that forever?
Yeah.
Would you like to do
And that's
that?
just one thing. I mean, it's a lot of other perks as well.
Yeah, they're already spending the money.
And tell me, do you have an approximate amount of how many people are members, just approximate at this time, or?
There is, in the whole thing, there's about 10,000, I believe, right now.
Oh my goodness, that's a good pool. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's growing too. It's growing fast. And now that they're going to be bringing on associations, it's going to grow a lot faster. One association could bring in 10,000.
Yeah, I need to read up or listen to one of the the webinars on that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
John?
And they actually have, Scott has done like an hour-and-a-half little webinar on the association specifically. So you might go in and check that out.
Yes, I will do that. Well, thank you so much.
John?
Yeah, go ahead.
John, can you give your link again? I think some people are asking for that. Can you give everybody your link again?
Sure. Mine it's internetdominators.com/BEE.
Thank you.
Now there's several of you on here already. If there's anybody that wants to sign up, let me know, because there's some people on here that I can funnel you down to them. If they haven't got their 5 yet, I'm happy to pass them down so you can do that, because I don't need any more people. I'm like the number 3 in the entire company for people in my pyramid. And every one of you that do this are going to be in that pyramid. So it helps me regardless.
You are
So-
the best, John. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You are the best.
Absolutely. So, you know, first thing is to make sure you get your 2 free. So you get free lifetime, but then you guys, seriously, you want to work to get 5.
Yeah.
It's not going to be here forever. I can tell you, I was shocked to know as of last week, there was still 200 slots left.
Question for you, John.
What's
If-
that?
Question for you.
Oh, sure.
If I got my 5, but 2 of them, they decided to cancel because they couldn't get their 2, and now they're paying monthly. They decided to cancel the monthly payment. Does that still account for my number
Yeah.
or not?
Yeah, no, it does. It does not affect your qualified founding affiliate status.
Okay.
So
Good.
it does not affect that. Once you get that, that's yours forever.
Oh, perfect.
So you definitely,
John,
Yeah.
would it help you at all if I told you why I haven't like signed up anybody?
sure.
Because you're saying like I don't, you know, this was just like a whole nother thing on top of everything else that was going on. I couldn't wrap my head around it. You know, I just took your word for it to invest the $300. But to invest the time to try to figure this out and then to try to sell it to somebody that, you know, and I don't even really understand it myself.
Got
That's what it was,
it. Okay.
you know.
Well, think of it like this. Anything like this that you come across, and you're going to come across these every day of the year. Something's going to come across your desk. It's just a matter of whether it's worth it or not. This is one that really grabbed my eye. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And the way you want to look at this is just an additional thing in your tool belt that you can recommend to make money. Like, some people will want your service. Whatever you guys do, there are people that will want that. And you can make money when they buy from you. Of the people that wind up buying from you, it is a tiny, minuscule, fractional percentage of those in the world. You are going to meet thousands, if not tens of thousands of people in the next decade. All these people need something. The more shit in your tool bag that you have, you are going to have something that they need. So therefore, rather than just making a little bit of money off the ones that you resonate with, why not make a little bit of money off everyone you meet? Right?
Yeah, but doesn't it have to be like in line with what I'm doing?
It has to be in line with what they're doing. Remember,
Ah,
we don't matter. They don't
Okay.
give a rat's ass about us. All they care about is themselves. And, you know, like for instance, Semrush, I'll just use that for instance. That's not mine. I don't do software. I don't, you know, that's the furthest thing from me. But I know a lot of people that could benefit from it. So I make money on it. You know, Kartra, I don't want to create a funnel building software, but it's a bitchin' one. I use it myself, and I know a lot of people that need funnels. So am I going to refer that? Absolutely. And I make a couple $1,000s a month by doing that. You get enough of those. If you had 5 Kartras in your tool belt, that's $10,000 a month just from helping people find something they need. This is no different. Anytime where you can find an affiliate program where somebody will pay you a commission for a referral, you put it in your tool belt. You don't tell the world about it because the world doesn't care, but those that do care are the ones you tell about that thing. Like on my list has, I have over 10,000 people on my collective lists. The number of people that I told about BeeKonnected was about 500 of them, because I knew it mattered to those 500, and I was very successful by referring it to them. I didn't go out to the rest because it didn't make sense. I don't want to pollute my list with offers that don't resonate. So that's why, that's another reason I love Kartra, because you can tag people. You can go in there any given time and you can say, oh, I have a tag for that. I just came across something those people need and I can make a few bucks on it. So you send an email, but you don't send it to the whole list. Because if you do that too many times, it's like you've cried wolf too many times. And then you cry wolf again when you got something really cool and everyone ignores you. And then you're done. You've just destroyed your most valuable asset in your business, which is that list. You should protect that thing with your life. Like I don't do many JV offers anymore, because a joint venture offer is like somebody will come to you and they'll say, hey, I've got this, you've got that. Let me promote my thing to your list and you can promote your thing to my list. Unless those are a dead nuts match, you're going to have suicide on your list if you do that. My biggest attrition rate on my list was exactly that. I sent the offer out to my entire list. I put him on with a guy that he was like a used car salesman, and it just destroyed my credibility with the list. The next time I had an offer to the list, they totally ignored me. It took me a long time to fix that. So
John,
that list
John,
is your most valuable asset. Yeah, go ahead, Shantha.
John, going back to Joe's question, Joe's got a big Facebook group. I'm sure he's got some great connections there.
Mhm.
Even if he just starts off with those, he'll easily get his 5 there.
Yeah, all you have to start with is a question. You know, there's 3 really good questions to ask to attract people to be connected. Question number 1 is, are you paying for a webinar service? If you ask that of a list or a group in Facebook, hey, are you guys paying for a webinar service? And are you paying too much? Do you feel you're paying too much? Everybody feels they're paying too much if they're paying for anything, right? So the people that put their hands up are ripe for the picking for that conversation about math, because you already know how much they're paying. They're probably on Zoom. They're paying $55 a month for the webinar, and that's $660 a year. How would you like to save $200 the first year and then $400 a year after that forever? If they say no to that, they're an idiot. You don't want any part of them. They're going to destroy your mind. It's not somebody you want to hang out with.
Hey, John.
That's question number 1.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
So question number 2 is, have you paid for any professional training? Have you paid for coaches? Have you paid for mentors in the last year, or do you plan on doing that in the future? Because that's another conversation. How would you like to get access to all of the, top coaches for free forever? I can show you how to do that. The amount to get into the program is probably 1/10 of the amount that you'll pay for one training or one coach or one mentor, and you'll get access to all of them forever. That's another conversation. And the last one is, hey, do you need business connections? What would a good connector be? What would it be worth to you if you could find an influencer to promote you online? Do you need connections to vendors? Do you need connections to suppliers? Do you need connections to people that have stages that could put you on to speak? Is there any kind of connections that you need? And, that's your third, those are the 3 components to be connected. And I think if you found a business owner and you ask them all 3 of those questions and they said no to all 3, they're probably not going to last the year. They're probably going to be out of business. So when I say it's a no-brainer, it's an easy sale to a business owner, those 3 questions are those are the 3 keys to open the 3 doors. If you rattle those 3 doorknobs and nothing shakes out, you don't have a real business owner. You don't have an entrepreneur. You don't have somebody that is going to take the offer. So it really is. I mean, it's the closest thing to a no-brainer I've seen. And I've seen people buying crap that you wouldn't believe. You know, they're buying useless garbage and spending way more than that's on it. So it's, you know, it really is. I don't even know what to say beyond that. If you're talking to business owners, those 3 conversations, one of them should do it. All right, Lisa, did that get your question answered?
No, actually, my question has nothing to do with BeeKonnected. So
Oh, okay, awesome. Well,
it's actually, oh my God, I am being robo-dialed like crazy right now. This is actually some Google questions or
Okay.
outside of Kartra and all of that. So one of the things that I wanted to do is put an I'm going to stop sending my emails with the reply to me because I don't have time. And I want to do like I've seen before, a no reply. So when they hit reply, they don't know, but then they get an email that comes back to them saying you've sent your message to an unmonitored email box, and then have whatever that message, give them who they can respond to, which none of them is me. Can I do that as an alias, or do I have to go buy another Gmail user? And how do I set that up?
okay, in Gmail, I'm not really sure because I'm not a Gmail mail user myself. As I mean, I've got Gmail accounts, but they're because I have to have them. I don't really use them.
Okay.
But I know, like in a POP3, if you have a regular POP3 mail service or an imap mail service, which I think the paid version of Gmail is exactly that.
Yeah, I have Google Business Apps, so everything's Google based. Yes.
Okay.
It's all paid.
So I'm pretty sure, and I can't tell you exactly how to do it because I don't know the steps offhand for that particular platform, but I can tell you, you can create an account like your no reply account, and you can go into the settings of that account and you can set up an autoresponder. And you just basically set the autoresponder up to whenever that receives a message, it will automatically respond. Sometimes it's called vacation responder because you can set them up to respond. Like you've probably seen this. You send somebody an email and you get one back that says, hey, I'm on vacation. I'll be back in the office Thursday. If it's an emergency, contact so-and-so in the office, here's their number. And
yeah, the distinction that Google makes between an alias and a user, I just didn't know if I could do that without having to spend another amount of money. Oh, Chris is coming.
And
You want to
it's,
answer, Chris?
it's not an alias.
I'm back. Sorry, I had to get a phone call. What's the question?
Yeah, it's not an alias though. It's an autoresponder on an active email address.
No, I understand that, but if I'm setting up the active email address as an alias is my question.
No, because all an alias is that's synonymous with whatever account it is already.
So if I have, so for example, I have obviously my main Act Outside the Box account, which is Google. But I have several aliases on there, meaning things that I can send as and reply as, but still attached to the main account.
They all just come into one box.
Yeah, it's not the box I'm concerned about. It's, you know what? I'll talk to G Suite. I'll call them.
Yeah, because they'll be able to tell you if you need a dedicated email for that to have an autoresponder just on that one. It's my suspicion that if they're all aliases of one account, my suspicion would be the autoresponder would be for all of them because they're all aliased. So
yeah, that's the thing, because then if they email me, then they'll get the autoresponder. So that's not what I want. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to them. They'll probably say, yes, you have to do a whole nother user and you got to pay us an extra $6 a month. And it used to be you could have one account and like 20 emails, but no more.
Yeah, because I
Um,
know on cPanel, if you set up a cPanel mail server, you can set up, any mail address you want, and then you can have an autoresponder attached to each one of them.
Oh, well, maybe that is something that Chris Rossum can help me with, but I'll
So-
talk to him independently. The second is
for-
a Zoom question.
Is this for a specific domain that has G Suite on it
Yes.
or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'll talk to you independently. I don't want to take
Okay.
the time here.
Yeah, call me
So-
later.
Okay, so John, Zoom is pissing me off because when I set up a new link, which is an auto-generated one for each one of my monthly meetings, because I don't want to use the same link because people are paying me to be at that one meeting and not every month. I can set it up so that the password is embedded in the link, right? Just like you have, just like we joined today.
Yeah, I actually went in and said no password. So I don't require passwords on my Zoom.
How do you do
Right.
that, John? How do you disable the
Well,
password?
Well,
You
wait,
can-
just let me finish the question, because now you have to, as of September 29th, choose either a password or have them be in a waiting room. There is no other option. It's one or the other. If you choose the password, it will be auto put into your link. But it works for everything when it's auto generated, but not my personal meeting room. So my personal meeting room has now been absconded by Zoom, demanding I either give them a password option and I have to put the password. So I'm just wondering how to bypass it for the personal meeting room. And then go ahead, Allie, because maybe he can show us both.
I just
Well-
wanted to know how my account has an automatic generated password, and I went in there and tried to even change it, make it a custom password, or so that I could tell people easily. So I wanted to, but Lisa's saying now they changed the rules, made it so that you have to be, John, you know what I'm asking.
Yeah,
In your personal room.
So
yeah.
let's just look at mine and because mine does not require a password.
Is this your personal room?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm logged into Zoom. I went to the settings tab. I've got waiting room turned off.
Right.
I've got require a password when scheduling new meetings turned off.
Right.
I've got require a password for instant meetings turned off. I've
Yep.
got require a password for personal meeting ID off.
Mm-hmm.
Webinar passcode off, off, off. All of that stuff is off.
Yep. So is mine.
And let's see. Okay. Allow participants to join before the host on.
Yep.
Enable personal meeting ID on.
Now, what is that?
Use personal ID when scheduling a meeting on.
Okay. Can you explain what those are then? The IDs as opposed to.
This is your personal room.
Yes.
It has an ID that is to that room. So it's not like a specific random generated one. It's the same one every time. That's your personal meeting ID.
Okay. I'm sure those are by default already on for the personal stuff.
So I've got those all on. I've got mute all participants when they join. I should have that one on. Let's see, upcoming meeting reminder. I don't really use their scheduling system, so I've got that off. Okay, require encryption. I've got that off because that can create some problems with different devices. I've got chat, private chat, all the chat stuff is on. File transfer is on. I've got Zoom feedback off. I hate that when it comes up and says rate your meeting. I don't want to rate the meeting. I just want to be done with it. Display end of meeting experience survey off. Co-host polling. Control bars on. Show Zoom windows during screen share is off. Screen sharing on. All participants can share. Only I can share over one that's going. Okay, what else here? Disable desktop screen share for users off. Annotation on. Whiteboard on. Remote control. There's a lot of settings in here.
John,
Hi, this is the office of Dr. Allison Gonzalez. How may I help?
John, I had the problem where I gave people my meeting ID, just my personal meeting ID, and I set a password. For some reason, it doesn't accept that password, so I'm going to have to change it to see if it'll take it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So I think I had it with a couple of people, so it wasn't just them.
Yeah, and that's what's happening is that I never used to have it happen. And then I've been using the same personal meeting ID. And then all of a sudden, it required a password. And I said, well, try old, because a long time ago,
You know, I think it
it
did
said
that.
it's coming. You know,
Yeah, I think
when
it
Zoom
did that
kept
like
saying, and then-
it did that like 6 months ago. And I had to go
right. And
back
then they
in here
postponed it.
and change all the settings. So
Yeah, it
What
did that
level
when
do you
they
have to
started.
pay to even
Sorry, Lisa.
to create your own personal link? I mean, you used to be able to name your link, like Lisa's room or Gold Room. You used to be able to name it so that it was easy for people to remember, and that's what it was every time. But now, is that gone now with all this protection and encryption? You used to have one.
well, I still do. I've got internetdominators.com/Zoom, but I created that. It just forwards to my personal meeting room. So it doesn't have anything to do really with settings inside of Zoom itself.
Okay.
So let's,
Well, I'll go review my settings and yeah, it's
So
out
here's-
of control now.
here is the personal meeting ID. So if you go under profile, it'll show your personal room. So this is like your room. If you want to edit that, you could, it looks like you can edit it right here. Personal meeting ID.
You're doing a monthly meeting, but different meetings every month. Is it better to create a date for the meeting, or is it better to just have a general meeting? I hate it when you have to choose a date in there, because then whenever you create a meeting, it asks you to create the date in there. I was just wondering what the best way to do that is.
Yeah, this is for scheduled meetings. So this is if you want to schedule a meeting, you can actually schedule a meeting. And I usually don't schedule meetings. I just, like for this, I just send you guys an email that says, hey, our normal time this week, 11 Pacific. And it's the same link. You hit it, you hop in.
So where would you set that up? And what if you have two different types of meetings, like a real estate group or a networking group? Because my client has, two different types of people that they talk to, like insurance people versus real estate people, and they want to have different rooms, but I don't know what the way to set that up.
Okay, I believe you can actually buy a second room.
Oh.
So you can get a second room in here, and you can have multiple rooms like that.
Oh, okay. So that's extra.
That would be
Just
extra.
like you have, John. You had scheduled, it said funnel camp, but it's also a recurring meeting. You can do it that way too.
That was actually a webinar.
Okay, but you can do that on meetings, because I have my
See, here's
gold standard. It's the same link over and over and over again forever. It's a recurring meeting and there's no date on it. I can just use that same.
Yeah, so when I did funnel camp, basically it was a recurring, but it was only for 2 days. It was for Thursday and Friday. So when you set up a recurring, you can set the parameters for how often it's going to recur and when the end of the recurring is going to be. But that was a webinar. So webinars and meeting, basically you're setting a time that this meeting is going to take place. all of my meetings outside of webinars that I schedule, I usually don't set like regular meetings. Like this one, I don't even know why this was in there. I was probably playing around with it. But as far as I know, I have never set a meeting. And you can see right here, no meeting passcode or waiting room. That comes from my settings in the parameters there. So you really just need to kind of go through and play with all the settings back here. But your meeting ID is under the profile. So it's right here. You can change it if you want. Like, let's say, and I do this periodically. I will change this room, because if I do an email out to try and get people to come back, like every once in a while, somebody's credit card will expire and they don't renew it. So they lose their membership. And this is something, if you're doing memberships, this is a really cool trick. So what you do, the first thing is you go and you change the normal meeting room so they don't know what it is. You send out an email to everyone, active and inactive, saying you're going to do something really cool. You're going to reveal the secret and you got to be on this meeting. And then you put right in there, you know, if you're not active, you'll need to reactivate your account. Here's a link for that. So they try and get in, they can't get in, so they have to go back and reactivate. So that's a reason why you would want to change that periodically.
John, I have a question for the same, for Zoom.
Okay.
In automatically, when I open my Zoom, start the recording, and I have been trying many ways. How can I stop that? That I have the choice when I want to record the meeting, it comes automatically, start the recording automatically.
Again, that's going to be set in your parameters for the room. So in all those parameters in the settings, that's where you're going to find that.
Yeah, because I tried to change it multiple times. It keeps saying me that something above that always,
Me too.
yeah, like, it doesn't let me to stop the recording anywhere. When I try to move it to no recording, it says that there is something that prevails or ignore my demand to stop recording automatically.
Okay. Is this in a webinar or in a meeting?
In a meeting.
Okay. In a meeting, I'm not sure. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really set up meetings. I just do the meetings by the seat of my pants, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I just hop in, I start the recording manually, and do it that way. Now, what I do know is if you're doing a webinar, webinars typically start the recording automatically. You can pause it or you can hit the stop.
Yeah.
And I know on the webinars it works because I've done it many times.
Yeah.
If you stop the webinar, here's kind of a little trick too. If you have, let's say you're doing an all-day webinar and you want the webinar not to be like 8-hour video, you want the video to only be like an hour segments, all you have to do is hit the stop button and it will put a break in the video. And then when you hit start, it will start a new video. And at the end, when it saves,
I think you need to do pause, right?
No, you stop. You stop breaks the video.
Oh.
If you pause, it just pauses and you'll have an 8-hour video.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
But if you stop and then you restart, it will start a fresh video. And then at the end, when it renders the videos out, you'll have a folder that will have all those videos in there in order. And I believe they have the timestamps on them.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what they are. So like, you know, if you do breaks, like in an 8-hour day, you might have it broken up into 4 sections with a lunch. So each section might be an hour to hour and a half. And you can have those nice videos, nice formatted videos in there without having to go in and edit and chop them all apart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's a cool thing I found out when I was doing the Act 2 day events and the traffic camp and and the funnel camps. I did that and it worked perfectly. So I had all my videos. I was able to load them up into the members area, and it was a piece of cake.
Hey, John, I got a quick question about the Semrush that you were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Previously, you had a link by which I think that through the members area, you could download or just run a report on a client. Is that no longer a feature or something that you offer on the members area?
In Semrush, you can still run reports in there.
Yeah, I know, but you have to buy the was it $49 a month or whatever it is to do that. I thought that you had some type of account where you could log in as one of the internet dominators people or just something.
Oh, I know in my in the reseller level, I have I do that for some of my resellers that are in the reseller program. Like if they want to report, they might need one every couple months or something. I just run it for them. That's yeah.
Oh, okay. What is the reseller program that you do?
It's just a higher level of the ACT program for people that are reselling my services and all of that kind of. It's just a different level.
I thought we were part of that. I'll have to talk to Callie.
I can look here. Let me see. I'll see. All right. Well, I'm looking that up. Any other questions anybody's got?
Like I had one other question about the events or calendars within Kartra. You had mentioned a week or two ago that you're no longer using the Kartra calendar. Is that still something that you don't recommend doing? And is it still okay to use a calendar? Because I really want to integrate or have the ability to create a sequence and then just clone it for the next month and have the whole sequence be done for me the next month without having to go through and change all the dates within the emails that are going outbound.
Yeah, on the calendar, I did stop using the Kartra calendar for a couple of reasons. I had just completely unexplainably, I had some people that couldn't schedule meetings. They just, it's totally unexplainable. I would go through it with them and actually watch them do it, and it wouldn't go through. I wouldn't get noticed. I wouldn't get the notification, and it didn't show up in Kartra. And I'm like, I went back to them. They had no explanation for it. And I had been getting a bunch of people that were saying that they were putting in appointments through my homepage.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting any of them. And in just completely unexplained, I have no idea, no logical explanation for it. So I switched and I went back to Time Trade. I was using Time Trade before, and the only reason that I went to Time Trade was because I had it before and I already had it all pre-configured and set up. So all I had to do was just activate the account, and it was like $78 for a year. So it wasn't a big deal.
So like Calendly or any of the other ones could work.
Yeah, any of them are fine. I still use Kartra for everything else though. Like I use it for the opt-in. The only difference is in the opt-in, rather than sending them to the calendar link in Kartra, I have the thank you page in the opt-in go to my Time Trade link.
Okay.
That's the only difference, and it works perfectly. The other thing that I like about it that I couldn't stand about the Kartra calendar was it's in military Eastern time in the admin.
Yeah.
And having to convert that, and I'd have people that were scheduling meetings and then it would put them onto my Google Calendar in the wrong time frame, and it was just all messed up.
Yeah.
So
I'm proposing using the calendar function for a different reason in Kartra, and maybe you can tell me a different way to solve the problem. But basically, here's the issue: is that this client has an event every month about the same time, and they want to have it's basically 12 sequence of emails and some text using Twilio.
Mm-hmm.
the only way to duplicate that is to literally copy and paste all of those emails again and create the whole sequence again. And it's a major pain in the ass. And what I'd like to do is to be able to somehow just clone the entire program and then do it the next month. Why is it such a big deal?
Well, you should be able to clone a sequence in Kartra.
No, I mean, it's not the sequence, it's the whole thing. The page needs to change, the date needs to change in the page. That's not a big deal. I don't mind doing that. But in the sequence, it should be able to say, you know, be here on this date, you know, X, you know, at 9 o'clock in the morning. And
Okay.
as it is now, you literally have to go in and manually check each and every freaking email.
Okay,
that's gone out.
so here's a way to fix that.
Okay.
And here's why you're having the problem. When
Okay.
you set up the original sequence, it wasn't based on a time, it wasn't based on a time delay, it was based on a date delay. So what you would need to do is you'd need to create the sequence and know that the sequence starts 7 days out. So
Okay.
if the sequence started 7 days out, every time before you created a new one, you would have to set it to fire 7 days out. You'd start it 7 days ahead of your event. And then it would basically go on a sequence of a fire. Okay, the next one goes in 24 hours. The next one goes in 48 hours. The next one goes in 24 hours. However they go. And then it could say, you know, the event's tomorrow, you know, on Thursday. And you would always have it right if you set it up right that way.
Yeah, and then there's a reminder the next day because it's a 2-day event typically. In
Yeah.
the morning. But here's what I'm also finding is that if someone comes in late, so they come in like on the day of the event and they register, they get all of those emails in sequence, and it's like just jams up their email box and it confuses the audience. I know that it's got to be a way to like turn it off and then do something if they come in late.
Chris, I can help you with that. Let's talk as soon as we get off this Zoom because I got the same thing going on and I've figured some stuff out.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a way to skip to a particular part of the sequence.
Okay.
So you can always do it that way.
All right, we'll talk, Lisa. Thanks.
So Kartra is
Okay.
still, I mean, it's still the most amazing revolution in my business in the last probably 10 years. And just because I decided the calendar wasn't working for me, don't think that I threw Kartra out the window. I did not. I love Kartra. It's just, hey, you know, they have added so much stuff over the last year. They just added it a little too fast. Their calendar just wasn't quite mature. It wasn't quite ready yet. Now, when they get it figured out and they get it fixed up, I'll probably come back to it because I loved having everything under one hood.
And you put in the request for that because I do want to use that function for my other client just to set, you know, dates for their consulting.
Yeah, because I know they've got a whole bunch of new cool stuff also that's on the cooker. Like one of the things they're going to be releasing pretty soon probably is the surveys. So you can actually do surveys right inside Kartra, which that will be really cool. You won't have to use SurveyMonkey and all that. And then all of your data will be in one spot. So,
Cool.
So they got a lot of cool stuff coming. You know, the program is evolving and growing and getting better all the time. But, you know, and that's great. It's just that one particular thing. I just needed a better solution for that. So for $78 for a year, hell yeah. For me to not have a headache for $78 a year is a bargain for me. So I like things easy. I don't like the hard way on anything. So
Yeah, by the way, we love the pictures of you and the boat. That's awesome. Any updates?
yeah, I was just down there this morning. There are so many systems on that thing. It's probably going to take me till Christmas just to figure out how everything works. And there's just, it's like a city. There's electric systems, there's sewage systems, there's refrigeration systems, there's just, you know, everything you can imagine. There's a water maker on it, ice makers. It's crazy how much stuff is packed into that hull. And I'm still finding hidden compartments. It's like every time I open up a new compartment I haven't seen before, it's like Christmas because there's goodies in there. I've probably found over $5,000 worth of fishing gear so far, just hidden and tucked away in compartments and stuff. This morning I found like some really fancy bedding in a compartment I didn't even know was there. Just really, really cool stuff. And yeah, it's like an Easter egg hunt. And, you know, unfortunately, the family that I bought it from, it was the father's boat. He passed away in July. So, you know, it was his toy. It was his joy, his toy. And unfortunately, there's no one left that can tell me where all the nooks and crannies are. So I just have to figure it out. So it's been quite an adventure and will continue, I'm sure. So we're going to be down there this weekend, just kind of going through stuff and figuring it out. But there's just everything you can possibly imagine. And I just have to figure out how to turn them all on. There's compartments with circuit breakers all over the place. It's crazy.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Did you find that switch the harbor master was asking about? Did you have to get the deadline on the 31st?
I still have to find that one. So that's going to be the
You
project.
got 2 days. We got a day and a half.
That's going to be the project for Saturday.
Oh, okay. Back to the deadline.
And if I can't find it, I'm going to find one online and send them a picture of it.
You would. Hey, that's it. YouTube. Can you YouTube that model boat?
Yeah, I could probably do that. But I found there's like down in the cabins, I didn't realize that the carpet easily comes up and there's a bunch of hatches under the carpet too. So it's
You mean like the Millennium Falcon when they hid underneath the floors when the stormtroopers came aboard?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many hidden compartments. Under every bed mattress, there's like 3 different hidden compartments. It's like they're everywhere. It's an Easter egg hunt. So lots of fun. Once I get it all dialed in, I'm gonna have all the maintenance done toward the end of the year, and then next year I will actually start running some charters and masterminds on it. So you guys get ready for that. It'll be on the schedule.
We're ready, John. We're ready.
But it is. I mean, the more I learn about it, it's just such a cool boat. I can't believe I got it for the price I got it for. It was
Okay,
crazy.
now you said the question. You opened the can of worms, and the house is curious. What did you pay?
Oh,
I paid $184.
Are you serious?
I got that boat for $184.
That's a steal.
Yeah. The appraiser, when he went through and appraised it, he appraised the replacement value at $2.1 million.
I was gonna say, because I know the boats in Puerto Rico don't go cheap either.
Yeah. It's the family, they put it up for sale. They looked at low blue book value. And the only thing about it, the boat is an older boat. It's a 1980 boat. So the older blue book value is basically a stripped version of it. And that's where it said, I think 189 was the value. But I've got the receipts that the guy put in. Over $1 million worth of receipts is in the drawer down there of stuff that he's done and added and redone and updated. And it's crazy how much was spent to make that thing the way it is.
Are you gonna be a gun runner?
Wait, John, you paid $184,000 for $1 million boat?
Yeah.
Oh my. have a lucky star.
John, it kind of tells, looking at the pictures, that it doesn't look that old. He looks, the way he's done it, I guess it's
Yeah.
it's
No,
beautiful.
the whole thing was pretty much redone in 2010. And then from 2010, when they did the refit in 2010, I have the receipts from the refit up until today, and there was over $1 million of receipts put into it. I mean,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, just the interior, when they redid the entire interior of the boat, that added up to over $600,000 of interior work.
Are the pictures on your
Hmm.
Facebook? Where are the
I've got
pictures?
some on there.
Where is she talking about those pictures? Because I took pictures I sent you.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of pictures of it up on Facebook, and there's some video, and we did that one video at night when I turned it's got underwater lights, so the whole thing lights up, and it makes the whole ocean glow under the boat, and all the fish come up. And right there at the dock, there was like thousands of sardines under the back of the boat. So it was really cool.
That was a cool picture.
Yeah, it was really neat. We were sitting back there. It's just mesmerizing to watch them all circle around in the lights. And then every few minutes, it was like a bomb went off. They'd all scatter, and a big calico bass would come up, and he'd hit one right in the middle. And they'd all be gone for about 30 seconds. And then boom, they'd all come right back into the light and start circling again. And life would be good for another 10 minutes. And then bang, he'd hit another one.
Fun to watch, sort of.
Yeah, it's definitely a dog eat dog world out there in the harbor.
Yeah, it's a good good teaching analogy for the business world.
Yeah.
Turn the lights on, draw them in, and then bam!
Yeah,
Super, good point.
that calico bass, I'm probably his best friend now because I can gather the bait for him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Oh my God.
So I'm a good JV partner for him.
Yeah, totally. The whole bass community, you're gonna get Christmas cards.
Hey, John, so could you scoop up the fish that are coming up to the lights? Would that be good bait also, or not?
Oh yeah, they actually charge about $65 a scoop for those. Those are sardines.
Oh, so you can scoop your own from the back boat before going out.
Yeah. That'll save me a whole bunch on bait.
Hey, 1 gallon of gas.
Yeah, that's it. So
Hey,
cool.
John, I've got a quick question. before we
Okay.
hang up.
Sure.
I've got a gal that wants to try the Amazon site pop, and we're working on her keywords. Is there
Okay.
anything to do for searching for the best keywords besides the Amazon search?
No, in Amazon, you would want to use the Amazon search for sure.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
Okay, I was just wondering if there was any other cool little tools like Semrush is for Google.
You know, there are tools specifically for Amazon, but I'm not familiar with them. I don't really do much on Amazon. In fact, I don't really do anything on Amazon except for buy stuff.
Yeah, I don't either, but I figured we got site pop ready for it, so I'm gonna try it with this gal.
Yeah, if you find the tool, I know I've seen it like come through, and I always ignore it because I don't do anything on YouTube or on Amazon rather. But if you come across it, let me know because I'd like to add that into the training area where to get that tool.
Okay.
Hey, John,
Okay.
is there any, like I know you've explained, I'm not quite sure what site pop is and what the different and what Semrush does and all that.
Mhm.
Is there any mentoring sessions? I know you've explained it pretty well in the past, but sometimes I've missed some sessions or
Okay.
had to
Well-
miss a couple of minutes, and I wanted to wonder if they were available, or if you could tell me which day.
Yeah, in the ACT program itself, in the analysis part, there's a section under competitive research where I go through SEMrush and show how to use SEMrush. SEMrush is basically a tool that you can search for data. Like it'll tell you what keywords a particular site ranks for. It'll tell you who the competitors are. It'll give you a bunch of competitive analysis and all that. And that's basically Semrush. It's a research tool. And then the site pop, that's an SEO tool. So unless you were like doing SEO, it probably wouldn't be too meaningful to you at that point. It's basically an automated way to send search signals to your website through Google, so they pay attention to it. It's like Google's using artificial intelligence to figure out who's popular, and they look at how many people search for a particular site and add the brand name and all that kind of stuff. And I created a tool that actually does that. It'll run searches for you from a big network that we created, and it'll effectively change their artificial intelligence to refer you rather than everyone else. So it's a really cool thing for anybody that's in SEO. It's like the holy grail. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, John, I'll contact you offline or send you an email if you could let us know how we can get an Semrush just to run a report.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks.
All right, anybody else? Anything else before we wrap up for this week?
John,
Yeah.
at the next time that we get together, I'd like to get the text for the send out for the BeeKonnected. You said you
Okay.
had a certain text that would work, that would. So I'd like to try this. I would like to test that to see about the attraction, because I still need 2 more to complete my 5.
Okay. Well, I don't have any I don't necessarily have any text for it. It's basically what I talked about here, those 3 questions.
Okay, so I gotta.
You could basically just type that up. It's pretty simple.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll give it a shot, but I'll just get those other 2. Thank you.
Yeah, it's basically 3 questions. You know, the one question is, you know, do you need connections in your business to move forward? You know, what would it mean to you if you could have somebody promote your business for you and send you new customers? That's one question. Another question is, are they paying for training and mentorship and mastermind groups and stuff like that? Most people are. Most business owners are spending quite a bit of money on that. And the last one is, are you using webinar software? You know, are you doing online conferences and webinars? And either of those 3 questions should pretty much lead you to a hell yeah, I'll take that deal. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up.
John,
Thank you
one
all
last
for.
thing.
Yeah.
How do I find my little for BeeKonnected, my own affiliate link on BeeKonnected now?
Let me see. I will look that up for you right now. And that I know I was looking for it the other day.
John, I think it's under Be Rewarded. Isn't it there?
Yeah, it's under the Be Rewarded tab. And then let's see, it's not in the Be Training. Trying to affiliate assets. No, it's I don't think it's under the Be Rewarded tab.
It's not there. Okay, I'm not on it right now. So.
I know they changed it. They keep changing this stuff up.
Yeah, that's why I've really been looking, so to try to find because it used to come up right on that one page, but now I can't.
Yeah, I know. I was looking for it just yesterday, and I had to really dig for it. So that's another thing I need to tell them to fix.
Yeah, that needs to be easily found or accessible. Like if it's on, I'm on me and I've clicked on everything, like even on private information, it could be right there, but it's not.
Let's see.
And I'm on it too, clicking around. I've tried every link. I don't know what to do. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I get it. Just trying to. Ah, there it is. I found it.
Where?
Okay, so under the Me link, it's called Quick Connect.
Me. Quick connect.
So if you click under the Me and then click the Quick Connect,
Okay.
that's a hell of a place to hide it, right?
Yeah, well, and then, so what I do is I copy that word in there. In this case, mine is secure.beekonnected.com / is that it?
Yep, that should be it.
Okay. All
And
right.
then there's several different ones there. Like there's one that is there's one that's for the connection. There's one for about the referral program. There's one about the benefits, the business program.
Oh, I see all these different kinds. Which one
Yeah,
do I use?
and there's one now for association sign up link. So if you're talking to an association, there's a specific link there for you now for that.
Okay, so, oh my gosh. So,
There's one for the free offer, like get our new connection generator, and it's a free offer.
okay, so I got to save this page because,
Yeah, so you just have to kind of figure out, go through, like follow the links and see what they take you to, and then see, because one link might be appropriate for one scenario and another one might be appropriate for something else. But they also have the quick connect links there to post your link on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and the WhatsApp. And email too. So if you want to email somebody, there's a pre-configured email right there for you.
well, that's good.
So yeah, it was just a matter of finding it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Thank you, John. Thank you so much.
all
And then
right.
under me, and then under the quick connect.
Yep, Me and Quick Connect.
Okay, got it.
All right, guys. Well, have a great week. Thank you all for participating, and we will talk to you next week.
All
Thank
right.
you, John.
Have a great week. Thanks for everything.
Okay, bye-bye.